Michael Strong.
Hello, Alana. How are you?
I can't hear you.
Oh, let me see. Me now?
Yes,
Okay, great. How are you?
I'm good.
Where
How
are
are
you?
you?
I'm well, thank you. Where are you?
I'm in the town of Kekaha on the Hawaiian island, Kauai.
Wow, you're in Hawaii? You're so
Uh-huh.
lucky. Do you like Hawaii?
Yeah. I love it.
And are you near a beach?
Actually, yes, I'm super near a beach. You can just drive down maybe a few blocks, then you're there.
Okay. So yeah, tell me what you like about Hawaii. Let's just talk about Hawaii.
I love the rain. I love the mountains. I really like the mango tree in their backyard. They have a huge backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Would you say that Hawaii is very different from San Diego, or is it almost exactly the same as San Diego?
I think it's kind of different. One, there's no rooster crows in San Diego each morning at 5 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Hawaii time. And two, it's more greener to me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hotter
Mm-hmm.
or a little hotter. I really like that. And they get a lot of rain too in the winter. They're so lucky.
Mm-hmm. I hadn't thought of it. If it's Hawaii, it must be really early there. Are you, is it really early in the morning?
Not super early, just 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay. That's not super early. You're right. Um, so those are all differences with Hawaii. Would you say that do you know what culture is at all?
Like their traditions or some religions.
That's part of it. That's part of it. We can also talk about culture as just the way people interact on a day-to-day basis. Um, does that make sense that in some ways how we interact on a day-to-day basis is part of our culture too?
Yeah.
So would you say that Hawaiian culture is any different from San Diego culture, or is it exactly the same?
I think it would be pretty different. One, I think the food is great here.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I think all the people that pass by us, especially our neighbors, they're really, really nice.
Okay.
Really, really, really nice.
So
I really wish I lived here, so I have really nice neighbors.
okay.
I do have really nice neighbors in San Diego, though.
Okay. But
Like
so the
here,
people there are really nice. And they're different when you pass by them?
yeah, or they just pass by you. You're always waving to them, unless you're like busy or something like that.
Got it. Got it. Are there any other differences in kind of day-to-day culture, how people interact?
Um, Maybe the types of just food they eat, maybe, or like where they go.
So tell me about the different kinds of food. How is food different there?
I think it's different because San Diego is basically just cheeseburgers, hamburgers, fries, Coke, Pepsi, stuff like that. But here it's like there's laulau, there's poke, musubi, spam musubis, there's halpia, and there's a lot of stuff that I really like.
Very cool. And I have no idea what all those things are. What are those? Tell me just a little bit about those things what kind of food was that?
Okay, so halpia is basically, to me, it's basically just coconut jello. It's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
And spam musubi is basically where you put spam mixed with rice and then seaweed, well, nori wrapped around it.
Mm-hmm.
Poke is basically just chopped up raw fish with maybe some green onions or sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think laulau is where like there's like Kahlua pig mixed or wrapped in like um tea leaves or something like that. I don't really eat it much, so I don't really know.
So it sounds like those are very different foods from most American foods. So I would say
Yeah.
that's a very definite different part of their culture. And I thought there might be kind of more fish. Would you say in general they eat more fish there than you do in San Diego?
Um, for one of the traditional foods, I think the only one in my brain for one of the traditional foods for fish would probably just be poke. But
Oh,
you could like I've eaten poke almost every day. I think I ate one yesterday, maybe 2 days after before that, I think.
mhm. And then spam is actually, it's interesting, but spam is famously now a Hawaiian food. So
Yeah.
one of the dishes you mentioned, there was spam in it. Do you like spam?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, this is fascinating. I believe you're so fortunate to be in Hawaii, and I want you to kind of learn and absorb as much as you can about the culture there. And yeah, we'll figure out more about culture in the future. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right. Have a wonderful time in Hawaii, and yeah, have fun. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.